Hey guys, it's Caleb here. This is kind of an intro video to my new channel. Um, I run another channel, and it's just my name, Caleb last name, but that's more of a passion channel, I guess. I collect military stuff and I am really into military history, so that's what that channel is. But yeah, so this is starting a new channel. Yeah. So I don't know what this channel is gonna be yet. But like I really want to do audio role plays, and I consider myself a decent writer, but it's hard to come up with ideas just off the fly. I'm currently writing a book right now, which I'm going to be reading a couple pages from for you tonight. But I'm currently writing a book right now, and I'm almost a solid year into it, and only have 15 pages, and not even 15 full pages. It's more like 14 and a half. Yeah. Another thing is, you're probably going to hear a lot of heavy breathing from me. As you can tell, I'm a big dude, and I don't work out a lot. I'm trying to work out more, but I don't work out a lot. And so my lung capacity is not the greatest, and so to talk in a quiet whisper like this, or not so much whisper, but soft, kind of calm, low voice, is a little bit hard because I have to speak my words slowly and softly without like big, huge exhales. So before I get into stuff, I'm hoping that most of you viewing this are from Endearin's Discord. And I just wanted some opinions. You guys are like a family to me over in that Discord. And I just wanted some opinions. I'm getting some new glasses, so yeah. So there's this pair. They're kind of like the ones I have now, except they're a little bit lighter. And if you can't tell, they're this brown color, and they've kind of got a wood grain finish to them on the outside. Very nice. Then we have this pair. This is the Smith Outsiders. A little bit rounder, a little bit bigger than those other ones, but still pretty similar. They're a gray color. These are the Smith Uptake. A lot of people that I showed these to, like that I know IRL that I showed these to, said that they were too small for my face. I kind of agree with them. They're actually my least favorite out of the ones I viewed, but yeah. So there's that one. Sorry, that was probably kind of loud. Then we have these. I think they look pretty good. My sister says they make me look like a fat, low-budget Steve Jobs, or like I own a failing tech company. So yeah, there's those. They're probably my second favorite out of all the ones I brought here home to try on and check out. And then I'm not going to show you the Ray-Bans just because the Ray-Bans are pretty much the same as those. But then we have these, which are the Smith Coaster, and these ones are my personal favorite. They're, round, and they have a thinner frame at the bottom, thicker frame at the top. What I really like about these, my hair does not look good tonight. But what I really like about these is, so like I said, I'm into history, and I really love the 1950s, and these give off like a very 50s vibe, it's something that I like a lot, very 50s, 60s vibe, going with those. So yeah, those are the new glasses I'm looking at. We're already 4 minutes into this video. Wow. It's probably going to be a lot longer, and probably going to be a lot shittier from here on out. So a little backstory behind this book that I'm writing or working on. I was going through a really rough time where I liked this girl, which I'm not really, I still like her, but I've kind of, I've moved on. But I really like this girl, and I was just going through a rough time at school, so uh, me being kind of a writer, I just kind of started, you know, writing a history, but with like the backdrop of a soldier, writing history, writing a story, but with the backdrop of a soldier um, in the U.S. Cavalry stationed in Dakota Territory in 1887. And that's kind of the backstory, um, you know, and I had a solid 5, 6 pages written within the first 2, 3 days, and I showed it to some friends, and they're like, "Hey, that's really good." They said, "Are you planning on continuing it?" And I originally planned on this being like a page or two long, just a short story. But I just started to roll with it, and so now I've got this story. The pages I'm reading here are pages 13 and 14 of my book. These are the ones that I feel have the greatest detail, and I feel like reading them for this channel would be something nice for a starter video. So hopefully we can keep this video under 10 minutes. Starting soon. I have one more thing to say. You'll notice that I have my name in here as the main character. That's just a filler. I didn't, when it comes to my creativity, I'm really good with coming up with a concept, but then when it comes to like developing details like character names, I'm not the greatest at that. So I used my name for the main character because this was supposed to be based around my experience. I was the main character with this initially, but now because it's changed and it's a continuation, it's a whole story that I never planned on originally writing. It's gonna change in the future once I'm done with the rough draft. So yeah, so here we go. Caleb sat in his bed, wondering when Grace would make her nightly visit. He couldn't decide whether or not to tell her the good news or wait and surprise her with the proper proposal. He pondered to himself if the entire thing was a good idea at all. He thought to himself, is this a good idea? I mean, I'm pretty sure I love her. I've never felt this way about anyone besides Grace. But what about the rest of my life? I mean, I'm young and dumb, right? I'm only 19. Maybe she's not the one. Maybe there's someone out there that is more fitting for me. Then there's my career. Oh God, my career. I'm only just shy of a year out of training, and I'm already a sergeant. But where does it go from here? And I could be a grunt for quite a while, which might keep me from her, and suddenly the thoughts racing through Caleb's head were interrupted by a knock at his quarters door. He heard the door quietly creak open. Then a beautiful female voice whispered, "It's me, Grace." The door groaned open some more, then shut. "How are you, Sergeant Blasingame?" Grace said with a soft giggle. Her voice, her giggle, her general presence brought a smile to his face and an ease to his racing mind. "I'm very well, now that you're here." "And how's my sweet-hearted girl?" Caleb said in a half-whispered voice as she crawled under the blanket with him and leaned in for a kiss. As Grace's lips touched his, he knew then and there that this is what he wanted his future to include. At that moment, all doubt left his mind. He was young, but he wasn't dumb, and his love for Grace was real. There was no other woman in the world that would fit him better, and nothing in the world, not even his career, would make him consider any other option aside from marrying her. Then then something brought him out of his dreamlike state. It was Grace. "What you thinking about, hon?" she asked with a kiss on the cheek. "Oh, just thinking about how amazing my life is," Caleb said with a happy sigh. Grace smiled at him. Grace smiled at him. "I've got a good paying job, a boss who respects me, and a beautiful woman who loves me and whom I love." They stared at each other for a short while, listening to the crickets chirp, the horses grunt, and the distant howls of coyotes. Then finally Grace broke the silence. "I love you so much. I wish we could tell my father. He loves you like a son. I'm sure he would approve of our relationship. Caleb put a hand on her cheek and looked at her in admiration, but as to keep his secret, he covered it with a facaded expression of frustration and worry. I know, but I don't want to risk it. I mean, maybe if I had told him or asked his permission when we first started all this, he may have approved. But now, after all this secrecy, he'd be angry at us, at me, for lying. Let's give it a little longer, then we'll tell him, okay? Grace was frustrated, but she knew she couldn't persuade Caleb. He was a blaspheme after all. Okay, she said, with a slight sigh of disappointment. Good night, she said before rolling over. Then they both swiftly drifted into sleep. The next morning, Caleb and Grace awoke to the sound of reveille, and Grace promptly snuck out of the sergeant's quarters as he donned his uniform and prepared to head to formation. After formation, Caleb headed off to his daily chores. He helped repair the corral, brushed his horse, stopped in at the trading post to say hello to Grace, and then cleaned his rifle with the rest of his platoon, and inspected theirs to ensure the job was done right. At about 1300 hours, Lieutenant Bowers started to approach him. Sergeant Blasingame, he called. Colonel Favors would like to see us in his office now. Yes, sir. Right away, sir, Caleb said, raising a salute. Nathan returned the salute, and then they both proceeded towards the CEO's office. So that is pages 13 and 14 of my book. I really hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed this video. The quality of this video is probably really crappy and not that great, and you're probably thinking about not, staying around to see the future of this channel, but please do, because this is something I'm just starting out. I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would do an ASMR channel. I know I enjoyed ASMR, but I didn't think I would ever become a creator of it. But, I hope to get better and grow and improve. So yeah, the other thing is, like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do with this channel. Tonight, I read you a little bit from the book I'm working on. But I also would like to get into audio role plays. So yeah, if you watched all the way to the end, thank you for your time. I'm sorry I couldn't keep it under 10 minutes, and peace.